Hello, Liz here with another craft, and this is Monday, the first week of August. And if you like this craft, please feel free to do this. And in the crafting world, that is called sprinkling the love. So we're going to get started, and what we're going to do is use some embroidery hoops. These are 6 inches. Now this is one that I just refurbished. I took off what was on it. It was old and I didn't like it anymore. And this one's the inside of another hoop. So you use 3 parts. You want the one that with the screw that screws off, and then you want 2 of the center ones, and these are 6 inches. And then 2, what I have are some jelly roll pieces, and I got this from Walmart, and it's in their it was in their fall collection. So we're going to cut this in half lengthwise, and so I just fold it over, and then I just take it and cut it down the center. And I'm going to do 2 of these. If we need more, we can always cut more. With these, there's 4 of each design in a jelly roll. And like I said, I got it at Walmart. So again, I'm just cutting it in half lengthwise. And then I'm just going to set these aside. Okay, so what we're going to do is you take these first 2 hoops here and put them inside of each other. Just like that. And then you're going to take the 3rd hoop and you want to go ahead and unscrew it all the way. And then that's going to go on top of these. And then you want to position it so that it is going the opposite way, not really the opposite way, but so that it makes 3 pieces this way and then 3 pieces this way. And then you want to even them out. So you want to tighten this up as far as it will go. Kind of squeezing this center one a little bit, but that's okay. Make it just a little bit oblong. So what I'm going to do is put a drop of glue just to hold it together. And I'm going to start at the bottom here. Just going to lift this up a little bit. We'll slide it over, put my glue drop on, and then put it back. And then we'll do the same thing to the center one. And what you could do is just push it down a little bit and put your glue in and then slide it back. And then do the same thing for the top part. You want to keep them as even as you can, evenly spaced as you can. I'm just sliding that out a little bit, putting some glue on, and sliding it back in. And then once you have it on there, like I said, you can even it up. So that looks about what we want, just like that. And then you want to get your glue hairs off. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap our pieces of material on. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to put a dab of glue right there. And And then I'm going to start putting my material on. I'm going to cover up that metal right there. And then I'm just going to start wrapping down this this piece of the wood. Now you can get these hoops at Hobby Lobby. You can get them when they're, I don't know if they put them 50% off or not, but you can use your coupon for one of them anyway. It does take two. I did make one earlier with an 8-inch hoop, and we're doing the 6-inch right now. So we're just taking it and we're wrapping it. Just wrapping it around our wood piece. And then once we get to the center, we'll wrap it, and then we'll go to the other side of this hoop. The hoop that we're wrapping right now. And if you do try this project, please take a picture of it and put it on Liz's craft page. I would love to see what you came up with, what material you used, and just how you did it. So I'm just wrapping it around here, going to this other side of this hoop. I'm just wrapping it around. And you don't need to cut your material anymore. Once you get to the end, you just glue it down and then start with another piece of material. And it doesn't really matter what color material you use either. In the 8-inch one I used a brown material, and I thought it turned out really great. So this is going to be a candle holder. So we're going to put a candle inside of it. And right here I just took this and went on that side there, and then I'm going to go over top of this metal piece, because we don't want that to show. And then I'm just going to this hoop piece right here, and then I'm just going to glue the end down. So when I get to the end right here, I'm just going to put glue along the edge there. And for the stencil that we're using, I did put the link to the stencil and the chalk paste in the description. And if you do decide to order, please use my links to order. That way I do get a little percentage of and you do not have to pay more because of that. I just get a commission. Okay, so you just take the end of this and glue it on to where you left off for the other end. You're going to cover up your end, and then you're just going to continue wrapping. This is a real easy project. It is a little time consuming because you're wrapping each individual hoop, but the result is really amazing. So please stay on till the end so that you can see the 8-inch one that I've already done. We just continue to wrap. And when we get to the intersection, we wrap around. So here I'm just going to go around this right here, and then I'm going to go to the other side of this hoop right over here, and then I'm just going to wrap it. So we're just continue to wrap, And you only need to glue when you start a piece of material and when you end a piece of material. You do not need to glue as you wrap. And then you want to make sure that you cover up your metal part where your hoop connects. So I'm going to cover up this right here. And then I'm going to go around this, cover up this metal piece, just like that. I want to make sure my material is turned the correct way. And then I'm just going to go to this last one right over here. When I get to the end of the piece of material, I will hot glue it down. So right there's the end of the material, right here. I'm just going to put glue along the edge, and then I'm going to wrap it around there, and there we go. And then I'm going to add my next piece on there. And this should be the last piece. We will see. Okay, so I'm just going to put the glue on the edge here. And I'm going to lay it down over where this other one stopped. And then I'm just going to start wrapping again. Very easy. Like I said, just a little time consuming. We're just wrapping our material around the wood hoop, embroidery hoop. We're using a 6-inch embroidery hoop. Okay, so I'm at the end right here. I'm just going to wrap it around here. Take it and wrap it around this side. There's really no rhyme or reason as to where I'm wrapping. I'm just getting it so that, you know, it covers the center portion. So I'm just going to continue wrapping the other side of this hoop. And it's okay if you get some wrinkles in your material, that doesn't matter. Let me see. So we do have a piece left over. So it took two whole pieces of the jelly roll. And a jelly roll is a quilter's term for long, skinny pieces of material. They're usually anywhere from 42 to 44 inches in length, and they're about 2.5 inches in width. So if you don't get the jelly roll, of course you can just cut your own material. It's not a problem. Okay, again, I'm just going to wrap this around so that I'm covering up everything that I don't want seen. And then I'm just going to take this piece here on the inside, and I'm going to put glue on the edge there and glue it down. So here we go. Now this is where the metal piece was, and I am going to take this here. Well, I thought it was. Oh yeah. Okay. So that did work. That's good. So this is a candle holder. It's ceramic that I got from the Dollar Tree. You can use a wooden one, just whatever you have. This one has a hole in it, which conveniently is just the right size for this to go down in there. So I'm going to put glue around here so that when I push that in there, then the glue is going to hold it down. Hopefully. So I'm just going to hold this. And then we also have, did I say I got this at the Dollar Tree? I did. I got that at the Dollar Tree. We also have these little tumbling tower blocks. You're going to need probably 4 of those. We might use 3. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see as we go along. But I found that it helps to stabilize this on here. And it looks like that might be a little bit too large. Let me see. I'll be right back. Just trying to figure out if there's anything else I can use. Nope. Alright. Well, we will be putting some Spanish moss down there. And we're going to be using an LED candle. So we're not going to be using a real candle. So let me try this again. I think I could get that in there at least part way. Okay, let me just put some glue on this tumbling tower block and put that right there. So I put this tumbling tower block, I hot glued it right there, and then I'm going to put glue on this piece and this piece of my pumpkin, and then I'm holding it down. It's just to stabilize it. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And you're not going to be able to see these blocks because we're going to put the Spanish moss on it. So I'm just going to hold that down, and this one here is partly on the lip of this, and that's okay. Totally okay. So it looks like we're only going to use 2 of these blocks. So I'm going to put some glue on the pumpkin portion. And I thought I got, yeah, here's a glue stick. Let me put that on there, and then put some on this one, and just hold these down for a couple seconds. Okay, so we don't need those anymore. We're gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and stencil what I want on here. And what I did was I took this family Subway stencil and I went ahead and cut out the grateful. And I'm gonna put that right here on where I want this to be my front, and I think I want it just like this. So Grateful, Grateful, So the T and the E is the center, and I'm just going to center that right there. And then you need to make sure you get all the bubbles out. That is a little difficult to do, but it can be done. And like I said, I did put a link to this stencil in the description. So we have this around there. And then I'm going to take my Magnolia Design Company brown chalk paste, and I'm just going to push this into the screen of the words. I'm going to try to be careful not to get it on my piece, although it looks like I got some on there, but you can always wipe it off since it's chalk paste and not ink. So I'm just like that, pushing it in the screen. I'm going to make sure to get my whole word. Okay, I think that's got it. And then I got a little string in my chalk paste. Let me get that out. Right there. And then I'm just going to remove this. Excuse me. So, I'm going to dry this first, and then I'll take a wet wipe and clean this up a little bit. This right here, I should be able to get that off with my finger. Now I'm putting my stencil in the water face down so it doesn't get dry on there. And then I'm just going to give this a couple of squirts of distilled water. Put my lid back on and put that up. Okay, so I'm just going to take my finger here and go along the edge and take this extra. Okay, this is going to be a little bit, oh no, and I'm putting my fingers on it. No, I didn't. Okay. Alright, well that's what not to do. You should dry it first so you don't do what I did. So I'm going to have to wipe this off. At least you'll see how to fix it if you make a mistake. Alrighty, dry it first. So I'm just going to take a different portion of this stencil, and let's see what we're going to do. Let's do want to gather, so let me just clean this up, wipe it off, and we'll use it again. But you do want to make sure it's dry. If you use it when it's wet, it will smear. So I'm just wiping it off, actually using my pants leg. Alright, so it's ready to go again. So let me see, what did I say was the front? Don't even think right here. So we're going to put this back on. We have our grateful. Just like this, all the bubbles are out. And we're going to have to stir this since I added water to it. So I'm just taking the end of my paintbrush here and I'm just stirring it up. And it should be about the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. Just like that. So I'm going to take my squeegee, put some on there. I'm going to start this side first. And I'm just going over the words with my chalk paste. Okay, I want to keep my fingers up here so I don't smear this. And then I'm going to try to be very careful when I get this edge here. It is very close. So I'm just going to take the edge, the little corner of my squeegee and put it right here on the edge. Alright, so let's hope this turns out. And if it does, I'm going to go ahead and I got a little bit of paste right there. I'm just going to go ahead and take my finger and take that off. I'm going to go ahead and dry it. Alright. So here we go. We have a little bit of some smearing right there. I'll fix that after I dry it. Okay, so I'm just going to put my lid back on my chalk paste. I'm going to put my squeegee in my water. Put that in my water. Clean off my fingers. And then let's see what we can do with this. I'm going to take this right here. It's just a little tool that you can get to use with paper. Let's see if I can scrape a little bit of this off. So I'm just cleaning this up a little bit. Okay, I don't want to do too much with it because I don't want to mess it up totally. So that looks pretty good to me. So we're going to continue on with our decorating. So the next thing we want to do is put some Spanish moss on it. Now I used the last of my Spanish moss making the 8-inch one, so I had to go to Dollar Tree and get some more. And look, there's some pine needles in there. Okay, so all I'm going to do is put some glue right here on this piece of wood and then down below on the candle holder itself. And then I'm just going to add the moss to it. So again, and then I'm going to put some on the inside of the hoops down on the candle holder, and I'm using quite a bit of glue. And then we'll clean this up so that it looks real pretty when we're done. So again, I'm just going to put glue on the block, glue on my hoops, and then the glue on the candle. On the candle holder. And then I'm just adding my moss, and then pressing it down. And then, since you can see the block right here, I'm going to add some glue right there, and I'm going to take this and pull it over there. You can see this piece here, so we have this. I'm just going to put it right there. And then we have this side right here. So, just going to put some blobs of glue here on the candle holder, and then I'm going to put my moss on there. Just going to press it in. Okay, so you can see we have a spot right there. So I'm just going to put some more glue in there, and then take this moss on around. Now you do want some of your moss hanging down, but you don't want a ton of it hanging down, so I'm just going to cut this a little bit, snip that and that. So this is basically what you want right here. Something just like that. Okay? So we're going to try our candle, and I got these at Hobby Lobby, and apparently they're never 50% off. You can't use your coupon for them or anything. There were 3 in a package. So this is the smallest one, and I thought it would go good in here, but maybe it won't. Maybe I have this up. Are you kidding me? I thought this would fit. Okay. It does not fit. So we won't be using that candle. So maybe a tea light. And make sure you use one of those that is the LED light, or, you know, not a real tea light. You don't want to catch it on fire. Okay, so what we have is this piece of wood here. My husband had cut it off our crepe myrtles. He had trimmed it up and then cut me this little stem. So that's going to be our pumpkin stem. And I'm just going to glue that right on the top. And then we're going to put some moss around it. So I'm just going to put glue on the top. Here, let me get another glue stick. On the top of my material and around the bottom of the stem that we just put on there. Okay, and then I'm just going to put my moss around there. So I just have this long piece here, and I'm just going to wrap it right around there. And then I see I have a little bald spot kind of right there, so I'm going to take this and put that there. And then I thought what we could do, just to dress this up a little bit, was add some of these sunflowers to it. Now I got these at the Dollar Tree. There were 6 in a pack. And we're going to cut the stems off. Now I'm not going to cut the stem completely off. I'm just going to leave a little piece, and then I'm going to bend it over, because I don't want it to fall apart in case that's what's holding it, the whole thing together. So I just cut most of it off and then bend the piece over, just like that. And then I'm going to glue them around, put this around my pumpkin stem. And this is the front. So I want to put one right there. Right there. And then I'm going to put one right there. So this is what we have. And sorry, my candle was a little bit too tall for this, so I will probably get a tea light that is one of those LED ones that you turn on and put in here. I'm going to show you the one I did yesterday. Let me clean this up a little bit. That turned out really well. Not saying that this one didn't turn out well, but it did. Can you see that? So I had gotten this candlestick holder here from Goodwill. I don't remember how much I paid for it, a couple dollars. And then I did the 8-inch hoops. And then I did this little tag here that says Hope with the 3 beads. And then I put a metal, let me take this out, put a metal leaf on it. So I would take a picture and I put Joy on the other side. So you have Joy on one side and Hope on the other side. And then my candle, which I have a remote control. So see that? Isn't that cute? So that's that one, and then we have this one here. So we can put them side by side and have a little grouping with some other stuff, which we could use our pumpkins from before that we made out of the wood. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe one over here, one there, and then one here in front, something like that. And then you could even put your corn right there. Okay, well that's what I have for today, and I'll be back tomorrow with another craft. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you do, please feel free to sprinkle the love, and I will be putting this on YouTube and Pinterest. So until tomorrow, keep crafting. Bye.